one of my best friends who's an undercover narcotics agent for the Phoenix Police Department. I was telling some war stories. I used to be in the Army, so I was telling some of my war stories, and he was telling some of his. And he starts telling me about this 999 that he was on, and I stop him, explain to me what a 999 is, and he tells me it's the highest police code they have. So if a cop is in a gun battle or he's wounded, he calls a 999, and the standard operating procedure is cops in the city or near vicinity stop what they're doing, converge on the downed officer, and they basically go until they catch the perp. And I asked him, so what's going on with the rest of the city? And he was like, well, that's basically unpoliced. And I just thought that was a great impetus for a movie. The players are, we have a team of thieves, half of which are dirty cops, and they get themselves in a situation where they have to pull off the impossible heist. And Vasily is the one, putting the heat on them to do the heist. And in order to pull it off, they need as much time as possible. So being cops, they try to figure out the best way to do this. How do we get all the cops out of the area? So they decide to stage a 999. So the story is about these guys picking a cop to kill to set off a 999 in one part of the city so they can pull off the heist. We really wanted to play in the theme of loyalty, how far a guy will go for his brother, and just turn it around and for the worst. I think that having a woman in power added a lot of that we were looking for. And we've seen the male dominated criminal organization, and we just wanted to kind of go a different route. And I think she's one of the most interesting characters in the movie, to be honest with you. She's really compelling, and she's warm and cold, and you really you can't take your eyes off of her because you don't know where she's coming from at certain times. It feels like she actually lived these moments in a way that aren't just regurgitated. Like you get the idea that she was on these missions with the Mossad, and that Vasily's sitting right next to her, and you can see the love she has for Felix, and there's the jealousy she has for her sister's beauty. All that really comes out in her in ways you just can't explain, or you can't interpret just by reading it. So Kate's really, really dug in there and really brought that to life. We wanted to tie these people together so that when they got put into these predicaments, the allegiances between them would really have to be tested. So, that bond between Irina, Kate's character, and Michael Chiwetel's character, they're bonded through Elena, which is Kate's sister in the movie, and their son Felix. And so and then you throw them into this impossible predicament, and as things fall apart, the blood ties get tested, and they get pulled and strained, and these loyalties get tested, and they have to make choices, and those choices are pretty lethal. Norman Reedus' character I pulled directly from my friend who's a cop in Phoenix. I really modeled him after my buddy, who's been very helpful throughout the process. A lot of the research, and we tried to really get it as close as possible to how the police really operate. So he's been priceless throughout the process. Chris's character, I wanted to bring a lot of my own experiences from, I just did 2 tours in Iraq, and wanted to bring, that sort of kind of battle-hardened but vulnerability to the role, and this void, this needing to fulfill something that's gone missing in him. He was my very first choice, and I was just over the moon when he read it and said, I want to do this. He just brings such a sincerity, not only to the story, but to every detail, the characters, the relationships. And he pushes the boundaries, and I think that's what makes these kind of movies special. I just want the audience to remember it. You go to so many movies these days, and you walk out, it's like you forgot it, By the time you get to your car, you're not even thinking about it anymore. So I hope this movie just sticks with people, and I hope they're thinking about it, 2, 3, 4 weeks after they've seen it.